You're listening to The Wedding Whisperer with Sarah Burton of Simply Love Studio in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm here with Dani Dunmire with First Dance Lexington. Thank you so much for joining me today, Dani.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me what First Dance Lexington is. Is it what its name says it is?
Basically, we specialize in helping people feel confident on the dance floor. So we get a lot of wedding couples for their first dance or their parent dances or bridal party dances. And then we also get a lot of people who are just going to be guests at a wedding and maybe want to feel comfortable dancing on the dance floor, learning a few moves, either to dance solo dancing or to dance with a partner.
Okay, so that is clearly me. I didn't know that as a guest I could come and take lessons, but I need to take lessons
Come
because
on over.
I grew up in a small town. We did not have DJs at weddings that I was at growing up, so I was never used to any of that kind of thing. So I definitely need to brush up on my dance skills as a guest. But I want you to share a little bit about your background in the dance industry.
Yeah, so I've been dancing the majority of my life. I started dancing professionally at 16 years old with ballet company. Then due to injuries, decided that dancing on point, on my toes, was not sustainable. So I went to college and got my BFA in dance from UC Irvine, so in California. Then went off and did a lot of commercial dance in LA, ended up on cruise ships, and then eventually fell in love with ballroom dance and toured with a ballroom dance company, ended up competing in ballroom dance, which landed me in Nashville, where I did some backup dancing for country artists, teaching, all over the place, and then met my fiance there and moved to Lexington in 2019.
Okay, so we're going to have to come back to who you did backup dancing for.
Yeah.
Who were some of the people that you've done that for? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Brad Paisley.
How have you never mentioned this?
You can look at my Instagram. There's photos there of me. It was fun. It was a whole disco benefit night that a bunch of the country artists put on. And so I was one of two dancers that just got to dance around on stage with a bunch of different artists.
That's so fun. Yeah. So you did dance lessons when you were in Nashville and then basically changed the name from First Dance Nashville to First Dance Lexington.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So tell couples a little bit about what you actually offer, what you do the most of for weddings.
Yeah, so I do a lot of first dances and I do a lot of parent dances. So the mother-son dance or father-daughter dance or a combination of all of those, whoever is dancing with their parent or grandparent or even sibling. So people will come in and either buy a one-time lesson, which is about 45 minutes long, and learn just a few moves to feel confident, or they'll buy a package. And the nice thing with the package is you can split that up and use it for your different special dances, or you can use it all for one of your special dances.
What do you think for a couple, what is the most average number of classes that they do?
So the 3-pack is definitely the most popular. If you have time to spend 3 45-minute classes on one special dance, that always makes it just feel a little bit more comfortable and allows the dance to become muscle memory, because you don't want your special dance to be stressful that day. That's the last thing you need on your wedding day. It's something else to stress about. So if it can become something that's almost second nature to you, which 3 lessons allows that to have, it's going to be a more special experience.
So if they can't do in person, do you offer like a Zoom option as well?
Yeah, so I do virtual lessons. I also have a customized video series. So I created a library of dance tutorials. And so if people are interested in the customized video series, they'll fill out a form with their song, and I will send them back about 6 different dance moves that go with their song. And so they can learn those in the comfort of their home. A lot of people push aside their couch, put it on their TV, and have a little date night learning that. And then we can always follow up with a virtual lesson through Zoom.
That's so fun. And so when couples, I feel like this is something that they're going to do as it gets closer to the wedding day. When do you typically recommend they start doing dance lessons?
It depends on what they're looking for. So I've had people come to me 2 weeks before their wedding needing a crash course. And that's when we do our 45-minute lesson. You learn a turn, you learn a couple moves, you learn the famous dip to end your dance. Most people, I suggest reaching out about 3 to 4 months before their wedding, because with a 3-pack, which is what's most popular, That allows you to have about one lesson per month, which allows it to be a little date night, gives you time in between lessons to think about it and practice instead of cramming it all in at the last minute. But for people who want more of a flash mob feel or something very choreographed or a medley of songs, 6 months is usually the sweet spot for that.
I want to see all of that.
Yeah.
Because, I talk a lot about how your DJ is one of the most important things for your wedding day, your DJ or your band, your entertainment. And so coming along with that is making sure that you have your dances down because you are the center, you're the star of the show. All of the cameras are on you. The video cameras are on you. You have all the eyeballs on you. And it's just feeling comfortable and being able to hit a couple of those poses to get the incredible photos to go along with that.
Exactly. You're spending all this money on photographers, videographers, music. Don't forget your dance lessons to add to that. With that being said, if you feel uncomfortable in front of the camera, dance lessons are great for that because we will teach you how to do simple turns, making sure you aren't getting what I call awkward armpit moments where your armpit is facing the camera. So making sure you're dancing in a way that's flattering and what you're wearing that will show well in photos.
And I know I have seen in the past couple years with live painters being more popular.
Yes.
There have been a couple of couples that have chosen to have their first dance painted. And I think that's been really cool. A lot of times there's been, the alphabet letters in the back where it's really pretty and then the dance pose in front. So I think that's really fun and something that couples will hang on their wall forever.
Yeah, and guests also enjoy it too. I love watching a first dance and looking at the crowd and seeing everyone smiling as opposed to bored watching the awkward middle school sway going on for way too long.
And let's be honest, anytime a dance comes across my TikTok or my Instagram reel where it's a father-daughter, it starts off slow, goes into something fast, I'm going to stop and watch it because it's fun, it's different, it's unique, and they put time and effort into it.
Yeah, definitely. And if that's overwhelming to you, don't feel like that's all we do in dance lessons is working on those what I call fancy dances. You can come in with your father or whoever you plan to have your dance with and just learn how to have a nice dance together where no one's stepping on toes or on wedding dresses, and just so you can enjoy the moment and not feel stressed.
And so my next question was, how are you different from other dance companies and ballroom places here in Lexington? But honestly, I feel like you have completely told me that in the first 7 minutes that we've talked. You have such high energy. You're so passionate about what you do.
You're making me blush.
You come on, this is completely different than any of the other ones so far. You're just such high energy. Is there anything you'd like to share about how you are different?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me and my business, First Dance Lexington, is that your experience is completely customizable. So I will chat with you through email or phone call or when you get there in person to make sure you and whoever you with feel comfortable. I have an in-home dance studio that I do a lot of my lessons out of, although I can come to your house and do it there, or we can rent a space or even head to your venue and do it there as well. With that being said, a lot of people are nervous stepping into their first dance. So going to a big studio with other dance instructors teaching their clients at the same time can be really overwhelming, and people are fighting over music, where with the experience at First Dance Lexington, it's just you two in the space, just you two and me, and we will work at your level, starting from where you're at, whether you have dance experience before or none at all, and we will continue to improve and work with you throughout the process.
Perfect. And so if a couple is interested in working with you, how do they reach out?
Yeah. So my website, firstdancelexington.com, there's lots of information on there, and there's a little form you can fill out, which goes directly to my email. You can send me an email, firstdancelexington@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram. I'm pretty good at responding. I check that all the time.
Okay.
And
so you are actually getting married in April.
Yes, I am.
So do you have a dance lined up yet? Have you and Tyler been working on that?
So it's on our to-do list.
Okay.
So we're, about 2 months away? A little more than 2 months away.
Okay.
We definitely have our song picked out. We have a song that's very special to us that we will be dancing to I was home in California with my family for Christmas, so I worked a little bit with my dad. We spent about 45 minutes, an hour or so working on our father-daughter dance, which I'm really excited. We're doing, I'll say it, we're doing Circle of Life from The Lion King, which is really special to me and will be really fun. And then I've worked a little bit with Tyler and his mom on their dance, but we still have some more to go. It's definitely a fun little break from the other wedding planning we're doing.
Okay. And so when a couple comes to you, do they typically already have their first dance song picked out?
So it's about 50-50. Some people are set. They know exactly what song they want, and great, we can hit the ground going. Some people come in and they aren't really sure, and that's completely fine. What we do in those cases is I will teach you some basic moves and we play around with different songs. And usually throughout that process, and if you go home and practice those moves to different songs, there's one song that just kind of clicks for you too. And that's the song you want to choose. It's something that feels comfortable. For some people, it makes them want to move. Some people, it makes them want to cry. Some people, it makes them want to laugh. Whatever emotion you get and you want out of your first dance, that's the kind of song you should pick.
Perfect. Well, Dani, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing all things First Dance. I appreciate it.
Thank you again for having me. This has been great.
Awesome. For more information about Simply Love Studio or to schedule your wedding consultation, go to simplylovestudio.com.